Next, follow-up solutions. It's crucial to success in 2020. We all know how many leads will fall through the cracks. A lot of times, agents are busy. They're either on the phone or they're showing property or whatever they're doing. They can't always follow up in a timely fashion. A lot of times by the time they follow up, it could be too late. How do we deal with that? Okay, so we have 88% of the leads feel that response time is extremely important when selecting an agent. You're 100 times more likely to reach a lead if you respond in 5 minutes versus 30 minutes later. That's an amazing stat. Think about that. 5 minutes versus 30 minutes. 100 times, okay? The 31% of leads expect a real estate agent to reply instantly to their online inquiry. Okay, so how do you do this and still have a life? Okay, you obviously need some automation, or maybe you have someone in the office fielding phone calls or monitoring text messages, things like that, or a combination of the two. Okay, so when it comes to automated follow-up, there's some software out there that can do email, text messaging, and messenger messages. The thing is, if you're using these three platforms, maybe you check the text messages and you didn't look at your email for the rest of the day, or vice versa. So how do you cover all that and not miss a message or response? And there's some software, and here I'm showing a screenshot something that we use where those three channels are all brought into one screen. So you can monitor everything and you can see what's going on. Some replies are automated, and then at some point you have a person taking over the conversation. And this way you can book appointments, you can answer questions, etc. And this can be done for all locations. So if you're a brokerage that has several locations, this could all be funneled into one screen like this. And it's not too cluttered, very neat, and it really allows you to be on top of this. So it's a combination of automation and the hybrid of adding assistance to manually respond to these messages incoming and set up appointments on your calendar. Now, there's also ISAs, inside sales agents, for the human touch, okay? So they're responsible for prospecting new leads, servicing inbound leads from sign calls and internet sources, things like that, and converting these leads into appointments for the team's sales agents. So they'll ask qualifying questions. Are you already committed to another agent? What are you looking for? What's your time frame? Are you pre-approved? Things like that, so that by the time it hits your calendar, this is a genuine, solid lead. They're not just tire kickers. I was just wondering, what my house was worth. These are good qualified leads. So a combination, again, of automation and the human touch is generally the best approach. Another automated way to follow up is through retargeting. Okay, and I'm sure you've all been to websites and thought about making a purchase, and life got in the way, and you just left the site. And then all of a sudden, whenever you're surfing the web, you start seeing banner ads for that same site or the same product that you were looking to purchase. So that's called retargeting. It's sort of like stalking in a way, but in a positive way. So here's just a little diagram of how that works. Visit your site, they leave, then they surf the web, they see ads, and they turn into another client. And it's not just, to do it right, it's not just the same ad over and over and over again. You give them different messaging depending on what they were looking at. If they were looking at a particular property, you target them about that. If they were looking at mortgage interests at a calculator or something like that, you could retarget them about that. This is a great way of engaging, re-engaging, and bringing them back to your site. And it's the most cost-effective. That just cost very little compared to getting cold traffic to your website.